XT Riverstone Town, Morninga. Quiet town comes to life under the golden sun. Two worlds share the same streets, one paved in marble, the other in dust. The rich drive past in shiny cars, barely glancing at the workers who sweep their path. The poor walk with heads bowed, carrying dreams too heavy for their pockets. Narrator V.O. In Riverstone, money didn't just buy comfort, it bought respect, and those without it were invisible. Int. Grand Hotel Lobby. Midday marble floors gleam. Crystal lights hang like frozen stars. Ethan Ward, early 30s, sharp suit, sharper tongue, strides through the lobby, his confidence echoing louder than his footsteps. He's the son of the town's richest family, heir to the Ward Enterprises empire. Everyone greets him with polite smiles, the kind that hide fear more than respect. Across the lobby, Liam Carter, a 16-year-old boy with tired eyes and worn shoes, balances a tray of coffee cups. He works here part-time to help his sick mother pay rent. Despite the fatigue in his face, there's a quiet determination in his eyes, a spark of something greater. As he passes Ethan, someone bumps his arm. One cup tips, dark coffee splashes across Ethan's suit. The entire lobby freezes. The room holds its breath. Ethan looks down, slow and cold. Ethan, voice tight with disgust. "Do you have any idea what this suit costs?" Liam stammers, trying to apologize, his hands shaking. Ethan, conted. "You people never learn. Always clumsy, always begging for scraps where you don't belong." Liam lowers his head, face burning. The other workers watch silently. No one dares defend him. Then, mocking. A beggar trying to live among kings. Laughter ripples through the lobby. Liam stands frozen, eyes wet but unyielding. Inside him, something changes. The humiliation burns deeper than the coffee stain. He picks up the empty cup, straightens his shoulders and walks away, silent, but with fire in his steps. Narrator V.O. That day, a wound was carved in his heart, but not all wounds destroy. Some build the will to rise. XT. Small neighborhood. Night street lights flicker weakly over cracked sidewalks. Houses lean with age, their windows dim. Inside one of them, a single lamp glows, a fragile light in the dark. NNTT. Carter House. Nita tiny room. Peeling wallpaper, a wheezing fan hums beside a frail woman lying in bed. Liam's mother, her face pale, her breathing shallow. Beside her, Liam, now 17, studies from a torn textbook while mending a broken bicycle chain. Narrator V.O. After the humiliation at the hotel, life didn't get kinder to Liam. His mother's illness grew worse, and money was never enough. But even in struggle, he refused to break. Liam finishes fixing the bike, then gently checks on his mother. Mother, weak smile. "You should sleep, Liam. You've been up since dawn." Liam, softly. "I'll sleep after I finish this chapter. I promise." She smiles faintly, the kind of smile that carries both pride and worry. Cut to X'd back alley. Early morning, Liam delivers newspapers before sunrise, sweat on his brow and frost in the air. Later, he washes dishes in a cafe, his hands red from the cold water. Narrator V.O. He worked wherever he could, fixing bikes, cleaning floors, washing dishes, anything that would keep her medicine coming. Int. Cafe. Dalium wipes a table, A group of businessmen at a nearby booth laugh loudly, their talk filled with numbers and power. He catches fragments of their conversation: profits, expansion, success. His eyes sharpen. He doesn't envy them. He studies them. That night, he sits under a flickering bulb, writing in a small notebook. Close on page. Someday, they'll know my worth. He tears the page carefully and pins it to the wall beside his mother's photograph. Narrator, V.O. It wasn't anger that drove him anymore. It was purpose. Every hardship became fuel for something greater. Cut to Int Ward corporate office. Dathan Ward, now in his mid-30s, stands in his glass office overlooking the city. He's surrounded by luxury, but the warmth is gone from his world. Assistants rush in and out, fearful of his sharp words. Ethan, snapping. If the profits don't rise this quarter, heads will roll. Do you understand? They nod, terrified, and scatter. Ethan sighs, staring out the window. Narrator, V.O. While Liam fought to survive, Ethan's empire grew. So did his pride. To him, success wasn't about building. It was about being above. He scrolls through social media posts praising him. Youngest CEO in the region. Ward Enterprises dominates market. The words feed him like fuel, but his eyes show something else. Emptiness. Cut back to X2 Town Cemetery. Duska, soft drizzle falls. The sky is gray and heavy. Liam, now 18, stands before a simple grave. His mother's. His clothes are soaked, his hands trembling as he sets down a single flower. Liam, quietly, breaking. I'm sorry, Mom. I couldn't save you, but I promise. I'll make you proud. One day, I'll come back here, not as the poor boy they laughed at, but as someone worth remembering. He kneels, tears mixing with rain, and touches the grave as if sealing a vow. Narrator, Sans V.O. That promise became his heartbeat, a silent vow that would guide every step from that moment. On montage, Liam boarding a bus with a small suitcase. City. Lights flashing past as he stares out the window. Nights spent in small dorm rooms, studying by candlelight. Rejection letters piling on his desk. Then one acceptance letter, shining on top. His determined smile through every failure, every step forward. Narrator, V.O. He left Riverstone with nothing but hope and a promise. But sometimes, that's all destiny needs to begin its work. X Tanto T. Bus leaving town. Night. The bus disappears into the darkness beyond the hills. The town lights fade behind him. The past left in shadows. T. City skyline, morning. The rising sun spills gold across tall glass buildings. Cars hum below. People rush to work. A city alive with ambition. Narrator, V.O. The city was bigger, faster, and harder than anything Liam Carter had ever known. But it was also a place where dreams, if nurtured long enough, could finally take root. In T. College classroom. Dalium, now in his early 20s, sits near the back of a lecture hall. His clothes are simple, his notebook worn, but his focus is sharp. Professors speak of markets, innovation, and leadership. Liam writes every word. While others study for grades, Liam studies for survival, for the future he promised his mother. Montage. Liam working part-time at a tech store. Fixing computers with quiet skill. Late nights in the library, falling asleep over business case studies. days skipping lunch to afford his textbooks, his scholarship acceptance letter arriving, his hands trembling as he opens it. Narrator V.O. He earned every step, every small victory. Knowledge became his greatest wealth. N.T. Tech Startup Office. Years later, the scene bursts with energy. Young people typing, ideas flying across the room. Liam, now mid-20s, works as a junior analyst. His calm focus stands out among the chaos. When problems arise, he listens first, then finds solutions others overlook. His mentor, Mr. Harris, notices Mr. Harris smiling. "You've got something rare, Liam. Not just brains, but heart. People trust you. Don't lose that." Liam nods, his eyes carrying that same fire from Riverstone. Narrator V.O. Empathy made him different. He didn't want to be rich. He wanted to matter. Montage. Years passing. Liam leading small teams, staying late to help others succeed. Promotions coming slowly, but surely. His confidence growing, not loud, but steady. Sketches of app ideas covering his walls. Scribbles of dreams becoming plans. Narrator V.O. While others chased money, Liam chased meaning, and meaning, in time, brought him both. X.T. City Park. Night Liam sits on a bench under streetlights, laptop open. The screen shows a logo, Carter Innovations. Beside him is an old friend from the startup, Clara, watching curiously. "You're really doing this, huh? Starting your own company?" Liam, soft smile. "Someone once told me I didn't belong among kings." Pauses. "So I'll build my own kingdom, one where everyone belongs." They share a quiet smile as the city glows behind them. Narrator V.O. And so, with nothing but an idea and relentless hope, Liam Carter began his journey as a founder. Montage. Liam's rise, a small rented office space with old computers and flickering lights. Liam and two partners working late nights, sharing instant noodles, sleepless coding sessions, failed software launches, rejections, and then small breakthroughs, clients smiling, testimonials pouring in, the company expanding, a bigger office, more employees, steady success. News headlines appear. Young entrepreneur helps local businesses thrive. Narrator V.O. He didn't build an empire on greed, but on trust. Every client mattered. Every worker had a voice. The world began to notice. Cut to corporate boardroom. Day now, in his early 30s, Liam Carter, confident and composed, sits at the head of a sleek conference table. His team presents charts of rising profits. But what stands out most is the sense of unity in the room. Laughter, ideas, respect. Liam. We're not here just to grow. We're here to make growth possible for others. Remember that. The team nods. Inspired. Narrator. V.O. Liam had become everything he once dreamed of. A man of worth. Not because of wealth, but because of the lives he lifted along the way. Dissolve to int. Ward Enterprises. Night, meanwhile, Ethan Ward's office is dark, except for the glow of a monitor filled with bad news, reports, debts, angry investors. Ethan, now in his 40s, sits alone with a half-empty glass of whiskey. His once proud face looks older, weighed down by loss. Narrator V.O. While Liam's light grew, Ethan's world dimmed. His company, once untouchable, began to crumble under his own pride. He slams his fist on the desk, shouting at his assistant on speaker, "Ethan," furious. "Fix it! I don't care how, just fix it." Assistant, over phone. "Sir, we've lost another investor. They say you refuse to change your management style. Attitudidi." Ada snapping. "They're fools. I built this company." He stops mid-sentence, realizing no one's listening anymore. Narrator, VO. He had chased power, not purpose, and when the walls fell, there was no one left to help him stand. Montage. Ethan's downfall. Angry shareholders walking out of meetings. News headlines. Ward Enterprises faces bankruptcy. Ethan's mansion emptied by creditors. Friends turning away, avoiding his calls. Narrator, VO. For years, he believed respect came from fear. But fear is fragile. It fades the moment power does. Int. Carter Innovations. Dalium's company now stands as a national leader. Glass walls, bright offices, smiling faces. A young employee rushes in with excitement. Employee, "Sir! Big news! Ward Enterprises, they're going bankrupt." "They're looking for a buyout," Liam pauses, his pen frozen mid-air. Narrator, VO. The name felt like a whisper from another life, a memory that still burned quietly inside him. He exhales slowly. Liam. "Prepare a report. See what we can do." His assistant nods and leaves. Liam stares out the window at the bustling city below. Narrator, VO. It wasn't revenge he felt. It was something heavier. Fate was bringing him full circle. He walks to a framed photo on his shelf, his mother smiling beside a younger him. Liam, softly. "I kept my promise, Mom. But maybe there's one more thing I have to do." XTT. City Street, early morning. Cold breeze moves through the city. The sky is pale and gray, a day that feels heavy before it even begins. Ethan Ward, now in his mid-40s, walks slowly down the sidewalk. His once-tailored suit is worn, the shine on his shoes long gone. A folded resume trembles in his hand. Narrator, VO. Years ago, Ethan Ward owned the streets he walked on. Now, they barely notice him. He stops outside a towering glass building, Carter Innovations. Its name glows proudly above the entrance. Ethan stares up at it, unaware of the irony. Ethan, quietly, to himself, "Maybe this time, maybe they'll give me a chance." He takes a breath and steps inside. Eat. Carter Innovations, reception. Day the lobby buzzes with quiet energy, sleek design, calm music, friendly faces. Employees move with purpose, but without fear. Ethan hands his resume to the receptionist, his voice polite but hesitant. Receptionist, "Thank you, Mr. Ward. Please have a seat. The hiring manager will call you shortly." Ethan nods and sits. Around him, young professionals chat easily, confident and relaxed, everything he used to be. He smooths his resume with trembling fingers. His reflection in the glass table looks tired, proud eyes dimmed by failure. Narrator, VO. The man who once humiliated others now prayed not to be judged. Life had its own way of teaching lessons that words never could. Anny in T. Interview room. Dia bright, modern space. Ethan sits across from Lucas, the company's HR manager, and another executive. Lucas, smiling, "Mr. Ward, your experience is impressive." CEO of Ward Enterprises for nearly 15 years. That's quite a history. Ethan forces a faint smile. Ethan, history, yes, but the past doesn't pay bills. I'm here to start over, to prove I still have something to give. Lucas exchanges a glance with his colleague. There's respect in their eyes, but also caution. Lucas. We'll review everything with our CEO. He makes the final call on senior hires. You'll hear from us soon. Ethan nods, his voice low. Ethan. Thank you. I appreciate the chance. He leaves the room, unaware that his old wound is about to open again. E20. Liam's office. Later that day, sunlight spills across the large office. Simple, elegant, and filled with warmth. Liam Carter, now in his mid-30s, sits behind a desk covered in reports. His assistant, Clara, enters holding a folder. Clara, Liam, one more application for you to review. A candidate for the management role. Former CEO. A bit unusual. She places the file on his desk and leaves. Liam opens it casually, flipping through the resume, until he sees the name. Close on document. Ethan Ward. Liam freezes. The world seems to go silent. His hand tightens around the paper. Narrator, V.O. 10 years vanished in an instant. The coffee spill, the laughter, the sting of shame. All came rushing back like a ghost that had never left. His jaw tightens. For a moment, old anger flickers, sharp and vivid. Then his expression softens. He exhales, steadying himself. Liam, quietly. Ethan Ward. Of course. He looks out the window, the city stretching wide beneath him, and whispers almost to himself, Liam. Maybe this is how the world evens its scales. Interview room, next day Ethan. Returns, more nervous this time. He doesn't know who's conducting the final interview. The door opens. Liam walks in. Ethan stands automatically, extending his hand. Ethan, polite. Good morning. You must be... He stops mid-sentence. His eyes widen slightly, searching Liam's face. There's something familiar, but he can't place it. Liam, calm, professional. Liam Carter, CEO. Please, have a seat. Ethan sits, trying to read him. Liam's expression is unreadable. Composed, kind, but distant. Narrator, V.O. Liam remembered everything, but he hid it well. The years had taught him control, and mercy was now stronger than pride. Liam flips through the resume slowly, then looks up. Liam, you've had quite a career. Mr. Ward. Ward Enterprises was a household name once. Ethan nods, the weight of that truth sinking in. Ethan quietly, it was. I made mistakes, too many maybe, but I've learned. I just want the chance to work, to build again, even if it's from the ground up. A silence follows. Liam studies him. Not the man before him, but the man he used to be. He sees regret, exhaustion, humanity. Liam, after a pause. We all make mistakes, Mr. Ward. What matters is whether we grow from them. Ethan nods slowly. Ethan, I've grown. The hard way. Liam's gaze softens. He closes the folder. Liam, you're hired. Ethan blinks in disbelief. Ethan, you mean it? Liam, nodding, report to the operations department on Monday. Welcome to Carter Innovations. Ethan stands, shaking his hand firmly, still not realizing who Liam truly is. Ethan, grateful. Thank you, Mr. Carter. You won't regret it. Liam, gentle smile. I hope not. Ethan leaves the room. The door closes softly behind him. E.T. E.M.'s office. Continuous Liam stands alone, staring at the door. His composed face finally breaks. A swirl of emotions moving behind his eyes. Narrator, VO. He had imagined this moment 1,000 times. How he might feel, what he might say. But standing there now, he realized revenge would only make him small again. He walks to the window, looking out at the skyline. Liam, softly, to himself. No hatred, no bitterness, just balance. He touches the small, framed photo of his mother on the desk. Her gentle smile, reminding him who he is. Narrator, VO. The boy who once walked away in silence had finally found his voice. Not to curse the man who mocked him, but to rise above him. Int. Carter Innovations. Operations Floor. Dia hum of quiet productivity fills the open office. Desks are neatly arranged, sunlight streaming across glass partitions. Ethan Ward, once a name that commanded boardrooms, now sits at a shared desk, reviewing logistics spreadsheets. His tie is modest, his back slightly hunched. Narrator, VO. For the first time in decades, Ethan Ward worked for someone else. No titles, no spotlight, just the slow rhythm of humility. He checks a file, confused by a new system. A younger colleague leans over, kindly helping him. Ethan nods in thanks, a small but sincere smile. Narrator, VO. He listened more now, spoke less. The man who once shouted orders had learned the language of quiet effort. Int. Company cafeteria. Day Ethan sits alone, eating lunch, a simple sandwich and coffee. Around him, laughter echoes. He watches it all quietly, humbled. Then Liam Carter enters the room, greeting employees warmly. When his eyes meet Ethan's, he offers a polite nod. Ethan stands immediately. Ethan, respectful. Good afternoon, Mr. Carter. Liam, kindly. Good afternoon, Ethan. How's the first week treating you? Ethan, smiling faintly. Challenging, in a good way. It's been a long time since I had to learn again. Liam's eyes soften. Liam learning never stops, not even for leaders. Ethan nods deeply. The words strike something in him. Ethan, you're right about that. They share a quiet, mutual respect. Liam moves on, leaving Ethan thoughtful. In Liam's office, Night Liam sits reviewing project reports. One file stands out, Ethan's. The comments from team leads. Hard-working. Respectful. Reliable. He leans back, eyes distant. Narrator, VO. Every report reminded Liam of how far both of them had come. One man rose from ashes. The other learned to live among them. He opens a drawer and pulls out an old photo, a faded picture of him and his mother. Her smile seems to whisper forgiveness. Liam, softly. You'd tell me to be kind. Wouldn't you, Mom? Even now, Operations Floor. Morning, weeks pass. Ethan adjusts to his new rhythm, punctual, focused, never complaining. He helps younger staff solve problems, encourages them, even stays late to fix others' mistakes. One morning, Clara, Liam's assistant, approaches. Clara, Mr. Carter asked for you. He wants you in the conference room. Ethan frowns. Nervous. Ethan, is something wrong? Clara, smiling. Not at all. You'll see. Conference room. Dalium stands before a group of executives. Charts and models fill the screen behind him. Ethan enters, unsure why he's there. Liam. Ah, Ethan. Just in time. Everyone, this is Ethan Ward, our newest senior analyst. The room turns to him, curious. Liam, continuing. Ethan's suggestions last month helped us cut costs by 15% in distribution. I wanted to recognize that publicly. Applause fills the room. Ethan looks genuinely stunned. Ethan, quietly. Thank you, sir. I didn't expect, Liam, smiling. Excellence rarely needs to announce itself. The applause fades. Ethan's eyes glisten. Pride and humility woven together. Narrator, V.O. For the first time in years, Ethan felt proud. Not for power gained, but for respect earned. NDT. Elevator. Evening, Ethan and Liam ride together in silence. The doors close. The hum of the elevator fills the space. Ethan glances at Liam, hesitant. Ethan, quietly. Mr. Carter, there's something familiar about you. Did we ever meet before? Liam's expression remains calm. A pause, a flicker of memory behind his eyes. Liam, measured. Perhaps we did. Life has a way of crossing paths twice. Ethan nods, thoughtful, unaware of the full truth. NDTD. Carter Innovations Lobby. Night employees leave for the day. Ethan stays behind, sweeping through documents one last time before packing up. He pauses at the large company plaque by the entrance. Carter Innovations, built on respect, honesty, and second chances. He runs a finger over the last phrase. Ethan, whispering, second chances. His reflection stares back at him. Older, humbler, and finally at peace. Narrator, V.O. He didn't know the full story. Not yet. But deep down he felt something shifting. A quiet redemption taking root where arrogance once lived. Liam's office. Same night Liam stands by the window, city lights glittering beyond. He watches Ethan through the glass walls below, packing his things carefully, unaware he's being watched. Narrator, V.O. And as Liam watched him go, he realized forgiveness had already happened. Not in words, but in the simple grace of understanding. He turns back to his desk, writing a note in his journal. Close on journal. Mercy isn't weakness. It's the highest form of strength. He closes the book softly, his expression serene. Int. Carter Innovations. Grand Conference Hall, evening. The room glows with soft golden light. Elegant banners read, Carter Innovations, a new era of growth. Executives, partners, and employees gather for the company's biggest event of the year. The celebration of a merger that will secure its global success. Cameras flash. Laughter hums in the air. Waiters weave through the crowd with glasses of champagne. Ethan Ward, now more composed and humble, stands near the back. His suit is simple, his posture quiet but dignified. Narrator, V.O. Months of hard work had changed him. The arrogance once in his eyes was gone, replaced by something softer, something human. He glances toward the stage, where Liam Carter is about to make his long-awaited public appearance. Ethan's never met the CEO in person before, only through emails and directives. Narrator, V.O. To Ethan, the mysterious young CEO was a man of vision, someone who believed in second chances. He never imagined that face would be one from his past. NT. Conference Hall. Continuous, the crowd quiets as the lights dim. A spotlight lands on the stage. The announcer steps up to the microphone. Announcer, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and CEO of Carter Innovations, Mr. Liam Carter. Applause erupts. Ethan turns toward the stage, and his world stills. Liam steps into the light, confident yet calm, wearing a sleek black suit. The years have sharpened him. Success polished by humility. But to Ethan, the face isn't new. It's a ghost from long ago. The poor boy in the hotel lobby. The one he mocked. The room fades around him. Flashback sequence. Hotel lobby. Years ago. The clatter of a coffee cup. Hot liquid splashing across a suit. Laughter. A cruel voice. His own. A beggar, trying to live among kings. The laughter echoes, louder, crueler, until it dissolves into silence. Back to present, Ethan's face drains of color. His breath catches. The glass in his hand trembles. Ethan, whispering to himself, "It's him. Oh, God, it's him." On stage, Liam begins his speech, his voice steady but emotional. Tonight isn't just about success. It's about people. Those who believed, those who worked, and those who changed. Because no empire lasts on pride. It stands on integrity, compassion, and forgiveness. The words hit Ethan like thunder. Every syllable feels directed at him. He lowers his gaze, unable to meet Liam's eyes. In T. Conference Hall. Later. The crowd mingles again. Laughter, chatter, music. But Ethan remains still, frozen in place as Liam steps down from the stage. Ethan swallows hard, then forces himself to walk forward. Each step feels heavier than the last. Finally, they stand face to face. Years of pain and pride between them. Ethan, voice trembling. "Mr. Carter, Liam turns, eyes calm and kind, waiting. Ethan, barely able to speak. "I remember you. That day in the hotel, I was cruel to you. I mocked you. I thought I was above you." His voice cracks. The noise of the crowd fades to silence around them. Ethan, continuing. "And now, I work for you. The man I humiliated. The man he can't finish." His throat tightens, eyes filling. Liam, gently. "Ethan, you don't need to say it." Ethan, shaking his head. "No, I do. I need to. I've lived with that moment for years. The look on your face, the laughter, it's haunted me every day since." He drops to one knee, overwhelmed. Ethan, choking up. "I'm sorry, Liam. Truly sorry. I was proud, blind, empty." The room watches, whispers ripple through the crowd, but Liam stays composed, his expression unreadable. He slowly kneels down beside Ethan, speaking quietly, so only he can hear. Liam, softly. "Do you think I carried hate all these years?" "I didn't. I carried a lesson." Ethan looks up, eyes wide. "Liam, that pain made me stronger, but it also taught me that revenge only keeps us chained to the past. You taught me what not to become, Ethan. For that, I thank you." Tears slip down Ethan's face. Ethan, hoarse whisper. "You're forgiving me? After everything?" Liam, smiling faintly. "I'm setting us both free." Liam stands, helping Ethan up. The applause begins softly, hesitant at first, then growing as the crowd realizes what they're witnessing. Narrator, V.O. In that moment, two men stood on the same ground, not as master and servant, not as rich and poor, but as equals bound by lessons only life could teach. Auntie. Conference hall. Later that night, the guests begin to leave. Ethan stands by the balcony, overlooking the city lights. Liam approaches, quiet steps echoing on marble floors. Liam. You've done good work here, Ethan. You've changed. Ethan, smiling sadly. Change. It's a strange word. It sounds simple, but it costs everything. Liam, nodding. Yes, But sometimes losing everything is the only way to find who we really are. They share a long, silent moment, the kind that carries peace instead of pride. Narrator, VO. Forgiveness didn't erase the past. It simply made room for a better future. Liam offers his hand. Liam, stay. Help me build something honest. Something good. Ethan looks at the hand, then takes it firmly. Ethan, if you'll have me, I'd be honored. Liam nods. Liam, quietly. We all deserve a second chance. Fade out, narrator, VO. And for the first time, the man who once mocked the poor felt richer than he had ever been. Not in wealth, but in grace. Ext. Small-town cemetery. Early morning, the sun rises gently over the old town where it all began. Dew glistens on the grass. Birds sing softly in the distance. Liam Carter, now a man at peace, walks slowly along the familiar path. He carries a small bouquet of lilies. He stops at a simple grave. His mother's. The headstone is clean, lovingly tended. He kneels, placing the flowers down. Liam, softly. I kept my promise. Mom. They know my worth now. But more than that, I learned what truly matters. A breeze stirs the leaves. He smiles faintly. It feels like her blessing. Cut to Int Carter. Innovations. Dathan Ward walks through the office, greeting younger employees with kindness. He mentors them patiently. No trace of arrogance, only humility and quiet confidence. Liam watches from his office window, proud. Narrator, VO. The once proud man found peace in purpose. The once poor boy found wealth in compassion. Together, they built something far greater than an empire. They built redemption. HXT. Cemetery. Sunset Liam's voice echoes softly, almost like a whisper to time itself. Liam, VO. True wealth isn't what we own. It's who we become after we've lost everything.